Earlier this week, we ran into a gentleman, and it was actually a service call that had come into our computer doctor office, and it was about an email scam, and we're going to call this scam the unsend scam. So here's how the scam works. So you're checking your email, you go into your spam folder, and in your spam folder is a message that says something to the effect of, I can see you in your webcam. This is the message. I can see you in your webcam. So here's what it might be happening. But to the untrained eye, the person might be thinking to themselves, well, is this really possible? Can somebody really be looking at me through my webcam? And the answer is yes. There are some hacking softwares out there that if they are successfully running on your computer, that someone can actually be looking at you through your webcam, even though you have not given them permission. So how do we know that, number one, that this is happening, and how can you protect yourself? Well, it just so happens that this gentleman didn't even have a webcam. So why is he getting these emails? Well, the hacker, the person who sent this email, was hoping that the person was not knowledgeable enough to even know that they didn't even have a webcam to even be spying on them. And when I went over to his house, there was a piece of tape on the top of his screen that would be where a webcam would be if he had one, but I peeled the tape back and there was no webcam. So we had to explain to him, well, you have to first have a webcam in order for it to be hacked. So if any of these emails that you ever had, give us a call back at 520-790-2040. We'd like to hear back from you. What ended up happening at this call was he was thoroughly, and I do mean thoroughly, convinced that he was being hacked. And now here's where the unsend part comes in as further part of the convincing, because in order for a hack to work, you have to be convincing in some respect as to what is actually that something has happened when in actuality it has not. So part of these emails, he tried to convince as part of his hack that he's taken control of his email. So I told him that's highly unlikely that he has control of your email. He says, no, I'm sure that they have taken control of my email. The reason why I know this is because he started deleting emails out of my email account. I said, are you sure? He says, yeah, I have proof. I saw it. There was an email there and he deleted it. I said, was it an email that he sent you that he turned around and deleted? He said, yes. I said, aha. Well, that is what we're talking about, this unsend. There are some email programs that can actually, where you can actually send an email and then unsend it, okay? Almost as if you made a mistake. Like, let's say that you send somebody an email, but it was to the wrong recipient, or you said something wrong, or you forgot to add something into the email. Some email systems have this system where you can actually push a button and unsend it. In other words, if it reached the mailbox of the recipient, you can actually hit a button and have it unsend. In other words, removed back out of their inbox queue. The only thing is this unsending feature usually does not work after the recipient has actually opened the email. After they open the email, then they are actually, that email will stay. But what a lot of mobile devices do and a lot of computers do, they give you a little notification, bing, right? That you have a new email, a new notification, or a new text message. When you get that notification, what they do is they write right there in the header information that may scare you. They'll say, hey, this is Chase Bank, or this is Wells Fargo, or this is Citibank, right? Okay, there's been some unapproved charges to your account, give us a call. But they'll put that right in the line, and then they'll go back and they'll delete it. They'll delete it just enough time for you to get the notification, but not actually go into your email account and actually click on the email to view it for real. So when you're using this unsend feature in that way, what ends up happening is people can actually send you something and then unsend it claiming that they have control of your computer, when in actuality that they don't. And they actually can convince you that they have control. Now, they can do the same thing with emails. I'm sorry, they can do the same thing with text messages. So you, on your phone or your tablet, you can get a notification that you have a new text message, and you can probably sometimes read the first or second lines of the preview of that text message right there on the notification. But if you don't actually go to your text message app and actually open up the text message, they still may have the ability to unsend that text message. So you'll get the notification, but then that text message will disappear. And they may call you or send you another text message and say, haha, look, I have control of your phone now, when in actuality they don't. They're just simply unsending them. These are like convincing things that some of these hackers do. And you know what? A lot of people fall for it. I had to spend at least a half an hour explaining to this gentleman that he was not, that the hack was not real. It was very, very real to him, because even the things that he was saying was, had merit to what he actually was doing. It was just a common guess that this particular hacker had on this particular gentleman. So how can you protect yourselves? Well, that piece of tape that he had on his webcam, if he had a webcam, is still very, very powerful. Okay, it may seem a little bit low tech, but you know that piece of tape or Band-Aid that you have across your webcam, especially in these days that so many people are using Zoom, people are starting to use. Make sure that you're covering up your webcam, and this is just for privacy as well. There's also been some reports of people even keeping their microphones open on some of these apps. So make sure you're closing your apps completely. And when you have your systems running, that you don't have the microphones on, you don't have the webcams on when you are not using them.